Hi, how are you tonight? Well, if it's your first time here, I'm Andressa, and it's very nice to have you here. If it's not your first time, it's so good to see you again. And for both cases, make sure to check my description where I leave my contact listed on Instagram, Patreon, email, everything. Okay, my Patreon has exclusive videos every week, so if I were you, I would check that out. Okay, so this ASMR was a request, and I will be teaching you Brazilian Portuguese tonight. It's just a first lesson, so it will be very basic, but we have some important things to clarify. Okay, so as you saw, I'm wearing my Brazilian football team soccer, right? Soccer team, sorry, because in Portuguese, soccer is futebol, and football is just like American football. So this is my Brazilian team soccer t-shirt, and you can read it here, Brazil. So I will be teaching you Brazilian Portuguese, not Portugal, Portuguese, okay? They are very different. We can understand each other like on a general way, but they are very different. So if you want to learn the Portuguese of the best soccer team of the world, stick with me, okay? Another thing is all the countries around Brazil, or most of them, I guess, speak Spanish, and Spanish and Portuguese are not as similar as people think. So we from Brazil don't understand Spanish a lot of times, okay? And people from, I don't know, Argentina or Chile or Peru, for example, will not understand fully or anything at all if I go there and speak Portuguese, because Brazilian Portuguese has a lot of sounds that Spanish doesn't have, so it's easier. I saw a video about it this week, so it's easier for someone who speaks Portuguese to understand and to learn Spanish than the other way around, because if you speak Spanish and you will learn Portuguese, you have to learn all the intonations. I don't know if this word exists, but all the sounds and the flexings of the Portuguese. And if you speak Portuguese, you already know it, so you just have to adapt for Spanish. Anyway, that was my 4-minute briefing, and now we can go on to our first Brazilian Portuguese lesson. If you speak English, this will be very different from your native language, okay? But one thing I always talk about learning new languages is that we should treat ourselves as we treat kids. Because when you're learning a new language, you are just a kid in that language. You're kind of like a baby. You don't know how to ask for food, water, how to say your name. You don't know anything. So the way I learn languages is by doing the same process I did as a kid. So first of all, I know this can be hard, but make the language present on your days, like every day. Listen to music, watch movies on that language, put subtitles on that language, make your brain think you are in that language's environment. So you might not be in Brazil, but make your surroundings as Brazilian as you can. And I'm not only talking about drinking caipirinha, okay? So I'm gonna teach you how to say basic things, and then I will pass some homework to you. Okay, so first of all, when you meet someone, you want to say hi or hello. So for hi, we can have a parallel, real simple, where you're going to exchange the H for an O. So hi is oi, oi. Hi, oi. Remember that. And hello, which is a more polite way, we say hola, hola. It's not really used in casual situations, so let's stick with hi. How are you? How? Como? Are? Está? You? Você? Como está você? In Portuguese, we have a slight difference where we say como você tá, como você está. We don't have to say like está, the full word, E-S-T-A. We can just say T-A, tá, the end of the word. So, como você tá? The order is a little different, but if you are learning today, it's okay, super okay if you say como está você, como tá você. People will understand you. They will think, that's a gringo, which is a foreign person, but they will understand you. And when someone asks you como você tá, como está você, you can say I'm okay. I, eu, e, you. Am, estou, e. Sorry, E-S-T-O-U. Okay, you can say okay, or you can say bem. B-E-M. Bem would be like well, I'm well. And okay is like universal, so if you want, you can say eu estou okay. Or we can cut the beginning of estou e falar só tô. Eu tô ok. It's very common in Portuguese, you'll see it. So the verb to be in Portuguese can be two verbs actually. Can be ser or estar. Ser is when you are something, like you've always been that something, you're not feeling it or being it in that specific moment. Ser, eu sou. And when you estar, you are feeling it or being it in that moment. So, como você tá? How are you in this moment? Eu tô ok. In this moment, I am okay. Ser would be like como você, how are. How you are. Como você é. Then you can say eu sou, sou. Eu sou, I am brunette. Eu sou morena. Brunette is morena, so my hair color is this hair color. But I can say I'm kind of blonde right now. So, eu sou morena. Eu tô loira. Blonde is loira and brunette is morena. Do you see what I mean? So, your homework for our first lesson is you are going to write 5 sentences of the verb to be in sou, in things you genuinely are, and 5 sentences of the verb to be in estou, in what you are in that moment. Okay, if you do it, please leave it in the comments. I would love to read it. And also, if you're interested, let me know so I can, if you're interested in this kind of video. Sorry, my brain is like Portuguese, English right now. So if you're interested in this kind of video, let me know as well, so I can maybe make a second lesson, right? So now let's rewind, and I'm going to ask you some things, okay? Oi, como você tá? E como você é? Ok, obrigada. Tchau. Obrigada is thank you. Yeah. So, I am absolutely passionate about languages and learning them and teaching them. I even thought English for blind and visually impaired people, teenagers, and I loved it. So I don't know, I hope I made myself clear. It's a very simple lesson because English and Portuguese are really different, and Portuguese is way more complicated than English. But anyways, please write your homework in the comments and let me know if you'd like a second lesson. Okay, bye bye.